What's up, gamers? It's your boy, JKon. Welcome to another video. With Masters Madrid on its way here, I thought it'd be fun to power rank every team heading to the event and do my pick'ems for the opening Swiss matchup. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. It does help me out a lot, and I very much appreciate it. Now, without further delay, let's get into it. Alrighty, we have our beautiful tier list here. And of course, we'll just go in order of the teams that completed their kickoff events. So we'll start out over here with Pacific. So we have Gen G. Overall, I thought Gen G, they play very standard. I thought they look quite good. JKon is an absolute gem of a rookie, and Gen G picked up a really good one. Meteor's transition to Sentinel has been quite well, and Texture has been absolutely frying and farming the region, but Pacific didn't actually look that strong, and it's kind of hard to rank them a little bit. I don't think they're necessarily title contenders for sure, but they could win a few matches, you know what I'm saying? But I would put Gen G in B for now. Talking about their Pacific brothers in Paper X, and oh boy, as much as I'm a Paper X fan, I'm a Paper boy through and through, they didn't look that good, unfortunately. And they had some tough, rough maps, and they really won certain maps from heroics from their players. And I think that they might struggle in this event. I will put them in B for now. Heading west from the Pacific region, we have the EMEA, and we have Karmine Corps. Now, Karmine Corps, I am a very big believer of this team now. After watching pretty much all of their VODs, watching how they play, their comebacks, and basically their strategies and their game plans and whatnot, I love this team. This is definitely like an Aang built team, and you can see it. They have massive grinders. Their assistant coach Zeiss tweeted a little bit ago that they won 58 scrims in a row. They didn't lose for 3 weeks. Imagine practicing every day and never losing. Absolutely absurd. I can't even believe it, to be honest. So for me, I'm gonna put them in the A tier. I don't think there necessarily is a direct favorite coming into Madrid here, so it's kind of hard to put them in S. But in my opinion, I think Karmine Corps have a very good chance of taking this event, and honestly, I'm kind of rooting for them. Allez les Bleus! We'll go to their opponent's team, Heretics, who of course are the other rookie sensational stars out here. I actually really enjoyed the way that they played. They had a lot of set strats and game plans in order to take space and set up Mini Boo and kind of create a chaotic environment for him to thrive. The only downside that I kind of had was when they started to lose a little bit, they did crumble a little bit, especially in that grand finals, as they did not really lose at all up until that point. So for me, I wouldn't say they're as strong as Karmine Corps coming in. So I would put them in a B, probably behind Gen G. Next up, we have Edward Gaming, my boys, the kings of China. And let me tell you, the king's title right now is kind of deceptive a little bit. They had really good games, and they had really bad games, and they didn't look as good and coordinated as they could be. They won through a lot of heroics. Kong, Smoggy, and Chichu bailed them out of so many different rounds. If FPX didn't throw, FPX could have easily taken the series 3-1, the grand finals, in their favor, but EDG were able to take advantage of those throws and won the game nonetheless. So I would not say that they're world beaters, but I'm gonna put them at B. To be honest, it's very questionable between Paper Rex and EDG who's better, because both forms of these top teams looked a little iffy closing out their kickoff events. Next up, we have FPX. And although FPX, like I said, could have won 3-1, I still think they're a little bit of a step down from EDG. We've seen EDG be able to perform on the international stage so far with their players. They've been able to make some deep runs in playoffs nonetheless. And FPX, I think, are just a little bit of a tier low below them. Nonetheless, FPX's play style is very unique. They play their own style of game plan, and it's very fun to watch, and they definitely can take maps or maybe series off of some of these teams. So don't be surprised if they win something, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna put them in C for now. Next, I have Sentinels, the winners of Americas, the kings of Americas, reclaiming their throne, all that good Jimmy jazz. I like this team a lot. I really do. I think their role issue has been ironed out. The addition of Zelsis and John QT have really elevated his roster. Their support and setup for JKon has allowed him to shine as one of the brightest stars. Saucy has been in great form as well, and Tens has had a renaissance on the Omen. So they could easily win this tournament or go very deep. I'm gonna put them in A. I am mixed between these two to see if they will take the tournament nonetheless, but they're still very, very good. And last but not least, we have Loud, who I put in the A tier behind Sentinels. Loud, of course, we never want to doubt Sadok and his abilities. The only thing that I wanted to question on is their comp does have a lot of weaknesses that they were running in comparison to the Viper Harbor comp that they created last year. This one definitely has a lot more weaknesses and holes that can be exploited. Obviously, we got to see that when Sentinels were able to counter their game plan. So in my opinion, I think Loud are still a very, very big title contender, but they might need to work and tweak on some of their comps nonetheless, and I would still put them in the A tier. Overall, the way I see kind of this, the A tier, any of these teams are kind of my favorites. There's no direct favorite to win the tournament. That's why I put no S's. The B tier, I would not be surprised if any of these 4 teams can make playoffs, but it really depends. I think these last 2 teams are a lot more iffy, and genuinely FPX could bounce up in front of these other 2 depending on how the seeding and the matchups go. And that's the most exciting part about Swiss format, is that the seeding can go completely random after the first matchup. Now we'll close out this video with a little bit of tidbit of just my predictions coming to this event. We are 1 week away from Madrid, so it is super, super exciting. In the first matchup though, I have Carmine Court. I've been glazing them way too hard. I can't doubt them, you know what I mean? Just way too hard. Gen G play a very standard game, and because Loud have been able to break apart standard team comps and game plans with their own unique style, I think that they were able to overcome Gen G. It'll be interesting to see how well QCK matches up against Texture, because Texture has been performing at an absolute level recently. This next matchup between EDG and Paper Rex, the Electric Boogaloo. Dude, every time these teams match up, it's so hard to figure out who to root for. I'm gonna go EDG, and this might sound a little bit surprising, but I think China looked really good just as a whole in the region, and EDG still are a very, very, very good team. They just have, you know, some sloppiness that they need to get better at. Paper Rex though, I felt that they did struggle a little bit, especially in the grand finals, and they just did not look as good as they can and they usually do. So I'm gonna put my faith in the Chinese boys this time around. Ooh, hope I don't regret that. And last but not least, we have Sentinels versus Team Heretics. I'm gonna go with Sen here, America's pride, and that's just purely over the fact that I think although Team Heretics are a very good team, they have a lot of set plans, plays, strategies, all those things are very good. Sentinels also do that very, very well. They also have very similar map pools, with Sunset being a map pick for both of them, and both teams are very, very good at that. So this matchup is gonna be really insane. I think it'll come down to pick ban and how they'll play on the day, but I'm going with Sentinels. Let's lock them in. There we go. My Pickems are locked in. We are sold, solid, done. And there you go. So that's my power ranking of each of the teams heading into Masters Madrid coming up next week, as well as my Pickems coming into the first matchup of Swiss. Let me know down below if you think I'm overrating or underrating some of the teams. Let me know who you have winning the opening matchups of the Swiss system and who you are rooting for in the tournament itself. I would love to hear who you guys are supporting, because we all love sharing fandom out here. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, stay hydrated. Peace.